Now yeah, please. She is making herself comfortable on my desk. No matter what I say. Don't know why she likes to sit on my desk so much. I think it's because it's where I am. So she's like, ooh, if I sit right in front of their desk, I'll get attention. Maybe that's what she thinks. In her little cat brain. Hi guys. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm chillin'. A little eepy, but the game's eepy too, apparently. Jesus. You wanna open? Come on, thank you. I think it's kind of silly I have to wait till the following day. Actually, I should check my audio. I feel like it's kind of silly I have to wait till the following day when literally I did that in real life. Like... it feels a little blunt. Eight. Cat, please let me. You good? You done? She's just aggressively whacking my keyboard with her tail. It's about time for us to head to Sumeru.
Paimon's got a feeling that it won't be long before we have a breakthrough on the case.
Freaking the case.
Let's hit the caravan rebot for—
Oh, that was my cat. I guess we won't know what that said. She hit the escape button. Lady. I guess she didn't want to hear what Kiara has to say. She said, no. Alright, where am I going?
Are we getting close? Which way should we go now?
I don't know.
We just need to head a short way towards the desert. It's not far.
I would recommend taking a bodyguard to protect you. If the customer does turn out to be rotten, you can let the bodyguard deal with them.
Good point. Bodyguard.
Am I not the bodyguard? Question mark. Oh.
Oh, look! Isn't that Sino?
Hey Sino, I know you're busy with like your really important job or whatever, but like, can you like escort us like 10 feet into the desert?
Sino!
Why is Sino driving the bus?
Good to see you. Headed to Caravan Rebot?
Remember, Paimon? We can't just disclose a customer's information.
Huh? Oh, don't worry. This is Sumeru's General Mahamatra Sino. He's the leader of the Matra and always takes criminal activity very seriously.
Yes.
Wow. How do you know so many powerful people?
We're built different.
You better get used to it, Kirara. You wouldn't believe the people I've met since I started traveling with them.
Do you have some time now, Sino? Or do you need to go participate in the Genius Invocation Tournament?
Tournament? The tournament has already finished.
Really? Then how did you do, Sino?
I am now the official king of invocations. I
Congratulations.
used Forbidden Hand at the opportune moment and drew.
Andrew.
I can explain it later. Anyway, I have time.
He's just a grown man.
Wait, let Paimon catch you up on what's happening.
A lot of things.
Paimon's parched now. How many times is Paimon gonna have to explain everything?
I can accompany you. As Paimon said, it's my duty to uphold the rules and punish evil.
What do you think, Kirara? Alright. But remember, you all should hide while I'm delivering the parcel. I know that this customer is suspicious, but they're still my customer until we have any concrete proof otherwise.
Okay, we'll go hide.
But if we're too far away, we won't be able to hear anything you're saying.
Not a problem. You can just watch my tails.
Your tails? You mean both of them?
Of course, both
I
of them.
mean, she said
I'll come up
tails.
with a way to have the customer confirm the contents of the package. If they turn out to be just an ordinary customer and the package doesn't contain the card backs, then I'll lower both of my tails. That'll mean you can just stay hidden. But if they turn out to be the thieves we're after, then I'll...
Lay down.
Huh? Why would she do that?
It'd be a signal that we need to lay down the law.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's go on.
no way! I'm not getting on the ground! That would be way too embarrassing! Besides, don't you think that would look suspicious?
You think so? Then maybe you can use your tails to pound your back.
And why would she do that?
Simple. It'd be signal that she had found the backs we're looking for.
This is the first time I've met someone as creative with their words as I am. Have you ever considered a career in writing news headlines, Sino?
Oh no, don't enable him.
No, I think you should enable it. I love when they make travelers smart.
Okay, if we keep standing around talking like this, the package is going to be late. Listen to me. If they're the thieves, I'll lift one tail up and keep the other one down. If you see that, then you can come round them up.
You're not going to lay down?
No, I'm not laying down!
It's not laying down. Okay, where do I go? Oh, this way.
We're in the middle of nowhere, though. Are you sure this is the right place, Kirara?
Let's see. The address is approximately 100 paces down the road from Caravan Rebot towards the desert, near the first flaming flower.
That's
That's
the most suspicious address
not an
Paimon's ever
address,
heard.
but
the first flaming flower. Oh, we're here.
Oh shit.
Huh? There aren't any houses around here.
Maybe the recipient planned on coming here to personally receive the package. I've had customers do that in the past. We're still a little early. In the meantime, why don't the rest of you go find a place to hide? And remember, watch my tails for the signal.
Yes, ma'am. Find a hiding place. Around the corner. Great hiding place, guys.
We'll hide here. This spot is hidden, but with a clear view.
I'm unsure this recipient's up to no good. Who'd pick up a package in a place like this?
I agree. But for the sake of her company's reputation, we'll let her tell us what to do.
No, that was a good one.
What? As in her tails?
No, I know. We know, Sina.
Yeah, we get it. Hey, look! Someone's coming.
Question?
You from Komoni Express?
That's right. You must be Mr. Dada Baba?
Dada Bubba?
Where's the package?
Yes, this is your package. Here you go.
Question?
I recommend that you open it and confirm the contents. I've been running to many places the past few days through all sorts of weather. The contents may have shifted, so it's best to check that everything's intact.
No need. You haven't opened it to see what's inside, have you?
Of course not. That would be against our company policy. But if the contents are valuable, I would still recommend checking them first. If anything turns out to be damaged, I could compensate you now.
I said no need, didn't I? Why are you so persistent?
You know, boss, this little lady's out here all on her own.
Uh-oh.
We could use that to our advantage, you know.
Uh-oh.
Hey, you. Are you the only one delivering out here?
Yes, that's right. I wouldn't bring a bunch of people with me to deliver a package. Oh, I'm no good at lying. And I can't keep my tails from moving everywhere.
Look! She's giving a signal. But, wait. Paimon doesn't recognize that signal at all.
I nearly forgot. This just happens to be my 100th delivery. It's a really special moment for me. If you could let me know what I delivered, it would mean a lot to me.
Her tails are moving all over the place. Does she need us to step in or not?
Her tails keep moving and intertwining. They keep pointing in different directions. Maybe she's trying to say that she mixed up her directions. These people aren't the intended recipients.
Seriously? There's no way anyone could get all that just from her tails.
You think Sina would be used to tails? Like, his bestie has a tail. Like, you think he would know, like,
Something's
if
not
their
right.
if their tails are twitching, probably because they're distressed.
And you seem real concerned about this package, Missy.
Oh, no, that's just part of my job. We always care about the customer. Are you really not going to open it?
Come on, boss. Enough talk.
Yeah, nobody will ever know anything happened way out here.
Whoa.
Then do you have a moment to leave a 5-star review?
Sure. I'll leave a 5-star review after you're dead.
Oh my god.
They got a knife! Forget the signals!
That's a pretty good signal.
We gotta save Kirara!
Boss, she's got backup.
What are you afraid of? Get him!
Uh-oh. Kill me, Sina.
Wait, that's Sino, the General Mahamatra.
Yeah.
Sino?
Bonk. Cartoon sound effect. Oh. Doesn't give us Sino. Does it ever like kick me out? Oh, it does.
Service with a smile. Scratch that. Press delivery.
Oh wait, what did they give her? As and noblesse.
Coming through.
I guess they can't really judge. I have no idea how to build her, so. See, this KR is better than the demo one.
Kirara, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry.
Had I known you were here, we wouldn't have.
Too late for that. And I don't want to hear any whining from you two either. Clear.
Ooh, they're in trouble.
Yes, crystal clear.
General Mahamatra, I don't want to go to prison. Can't you just let us off this one time?
That depends on how honest you are.
We'll tell you everything.
What's inside the package?
Card backs. Genius Invocation TCG card backs that we collected from different nations.
Busted.
Are they the kind with a treasure chest design on them?
Yeah, that's right. Wait, how'd you know that?
Why are you stealing?
We're just a group of treasure hoarders. That's all.
Some hoarders were getting fed up recently with just stealing small stuff. They wanted to,
Go on.
they wanted to pull off something big. You know, not just in one nation, all across Tibet.
All across Tibet?
Yeah, we were planning to steal prized treasures from different nations all at the same time. After pulling off a job like that, everyone would recognize us treasure hoarders as the most powerful organization across the world. But, seems like that's not gonna happen now.
So what does any of that have to do with these card backs?
Well, the problem was we didn't know how to communicate our master plan to all the other treasure hoarders. But with how popular Genius Invocation TCG has become recently, somebody suddenly came up with the idea to use cards as a way to communicate our plans without being detected.
So you were the ones who printed these card backs.
Yeah, because every treasure hoarder knows what to do once they see a treasure chest. First you bury it so no one else can take it, then just add a little bit of...
Hey, shut it! You're giving away all our plans.
It appears you consider this ridiculous plan of yours more valuable than your own life.
Ooh.
No, I'll talk. All you need to do is cover it with some wet dirt or sand, then wipe it off after a while. And it'll look like this.
My fellow hoarders, this is the big job we've all been waiting for. Take up your daggers, put on your masks, and round up your sumpter beasts. Oh, and for those of you without sumpter beasts...
Cope.
Seriously? That's all it says? Ugh, what a waste.
Hey, what do you mean, waste? That message will mobilize the treasure hoarders.
He's right. The time and the other details are printed below that.
Paimon-Z. Oh, there it is.
Objectively speaking, it's definitely a creative method of communicating information. But then why were you trying to retrieve these card backs?
It's all because some fellow hoarders got addicted to Genius Invocation. All they needed to do was stick to the plan, but they couldn't help themselves and started playing the game. Not only that, they were even using our card backs and showing them off.
Oh my god.
That wasn't the worst of it. Some of them ended up losing our card backs to other players.
Ah, you were afraid that your plans would be exposed, so you dispatched members to quickly retrieve the card backs that had been scattered into the markets.
Interesting.
Not just the ones on the markets. We collected all our treasure chest card backs and we had them shipped back. We feared that our plans had already been discovered, so we were preparing to print another set of card backs. They would indicate a different time to initiate the operation, and we'd redistribute them.
That sounds way too
But
complicated.
to take every precaution, we raised funding for everyone to send us the backs via Komini Express. That way, we could guarantee the card backs would arrive safely and on time.
Huh? Oh, thanks for the compliments.
So the senders would stay at their original location to ensure that the operation could continue moving forward. Now that I think about it, that must be why the treasure hoarders came after the person who sold the card back in Mondstadt.
Oh, right! It's no wonder we were running into the treasure hoarders left and right. They wanted to be sure that anyone involved stayed quiet.
Oh my god.
There! I told you everything I know. Hopefully that will help us make up for our mistakes. Please, Mahamatra Sino, show us mercy.
You'll each receive your due punishment. Enough talk. Come with me.
Ow. You follow Sino back to Caravan Reboot.
I've taken care of the criminals for now. I'll be escorting them back to Sumeru City shortly.
Thanks.
I was only fulfilling my duty. You all did well.
Sino seems like a completely different person when he's working.
All right. Goodbye for now.
Oh, wait! I still want to interview the champion of the Sumeru Regional Tournament!
All right. Go ahead.
Tell me, Mr. Sino, what were your thoughts about the tournament? And did you have anything to say about the treasure hoarder incident?
Genius Invocation TCG is a very good game. But to me, it's not just a game. It's an art form. It allows people to meet others, make friends, and experience the joy of dueling together. I hope everyone can have the chance to experience the fun of playing this game.
Great answer. That'll be a perfect ending for my news piece.
Therefore, I assure you that I will personally bring judgment to any criminals out there with the delusions of desecrating this game with their evil plans. No matter where you run or where you hide, you will not escape the punishment of lightning.
Oh.
I see. Let's stay calm, no need to get worked up. Now let me think. Not so genius thieves behind mysterious treasure chest card back plot finally...
Got decked? You get it? Like cards and punching?
Yes, that'll work nicely.
These two make quite the team when it comes to words.
If that's all, then I should get going. I'll inform the other areas not to be gained by these thieving treasure hoarders.
He cares
We
now.
will.
So in the end, it turned out that the group of card snatchers we were tracking was the treasure hoarders all along. Still feels a little disappointing, though. Paimon thought for sure those card backs would lead us to some valuable treasure.
Don't say that. Think of the bright side. We uncovered a major international crime scheme.
Maybe the real treasure was the friends we made along the way.
Oh, I definitely have everything I need for my exclusive news piece.
If anything, Paimon regrets that we didn't get to see the mysterious inventors of Genius Invocation TCG.
It seems everyone can't stop talking about that game.
It's fine.
In that case, how would everyone like to join me for a very special delivery?
Oh my god.
Huh? You mean it's related to Genius Invocation TCG?
That's right. You'll understand when we get there. I would have invited Sino along too if he wasn't busy with work.
Oh, really? But didn't you say before that you can't disclose customer information?
Yeah, but this time the situation's different. Let's just say this delivery wasn't assigned to me by the company. This package had been sitting at the company for some time because we could never locate the recipient. Even the neighbors didn't know where he went.
Oh, so the company eventually took ownership of the package?
Yup. The holding period passed just last month.
But can't you just return it to the original sender?
Well, it turns out the sender has passed away.
Oh.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, and I thought both the original sender and intended recipient would be disappointed if this package is left undelivered. So, I took the initiative and started asking around Sumeru in my free time. Eventually, I found out where the recipient went and also learned a little about his past.
Question?
Wow, amazing! So who is it?
Well, you'll have to come with me and see. I have a feeling that it'll be good to have some true Genius Invocation TCG players like you come along.
Oh, sounds like another news story brewing. I'll tag along as well.
Huh? Oh, now Paimon's really curious. What do you think, Traveler? Shall we join her?
Alright,
Sure.
then follow me to Vimara Village.
Oh my god. I can't wait for the creator to just be some guy who's ready for random NPC. I'm ready.
The clues pointed to Vimara Village, but I'm not sure of which house they live in exactly. Guess we'll have to ask around.
Any idea what the recipient looks like?
I only know his name is Garvapitum and that he's a scholar from the Academia.
Garvapitum. Got it.
Alright, Peter. Write that down. You're a student.
Hi there. Do you know where Garvapitum lives?
I'm afraid I've never heard that name before.
He's a scholar from the Academia.
Oh, yes, there is a scholar around here, but I've never heard anyone go by the name you mentioned. Are you sure you've got the right name? Actually, I'd like to ask him a few questions myself regarding which of the 6 Darshans to join.
Sounds like he doesn't know. Let's go ask someone else.
I mean, you could have asked him where the scholar lives. But, you know, what do I know?
Hey there. We're looking for a scholar named Garvapitum.
Garvapitum? I never heard of him. Wait, do you mean that newcomer that arrived a few days ago?
I don't know.
Oh, someone just moved here?
Yes, that's right. He looked pretty anxious, though, almost like he's struggling to complete a thesis. I've seen him speaking with the village head, probably looking for a place to stay. Vimara Village is the perfect place to take a vacation and relax, which is why I chose to come back here.
Got it. Thank you. We'll go talk to the head of the village.
I wasn't asking for a promotion.
Don't mention it. If life is ever treating you hard, you can always come and live here for a while.
It's backwards. Where? Oh. I mean, is that not the guy in the background?
Hello. Are you the head of the village? There's something we'd like to ask you about.
Yes, that's me. Go ahead.
Do you know where a scholar by the name of Garvapitum lives? We'd like to talk to him.
Garvapitum. Ah, that must be him.
You know him?
Yes, I do. He came here to rent a place to stay. He said he needed to unwind a little. But hardly anyone's ever seen him come out since he moved in. He doesn't seem to be very outgoing. I don't know if that's his way of unwinding, but I'd say he's just keeping himself cooped up. Are you friends of his?
You could say
Yeah,
that.
you could say that.
Her tails are moving again. Is that what happens whenever she tells a lie?
Oh my god. Look at her face.
Ah, I see. I was thinking that it'd be good for some friends to check up on him. He's staying up above. Look for the house in the corner. You should be able to find him there.
Great. Thank you very much.
Don't mention it. I just want to see people who come here be happy.
Yellow. Oh, it's nighttime.
This is the place. Let's try knocking and see if he answers. Hello? Anybody home? We're looking for Garvapitum.
Ellipses.
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Random
Hello,
guy.
Mr. Gavapitam. I'm Kirara. I have a delivery from Komania Express. I'm afraid the package is quite late.
A package. For me.
Yes.
Yes, it's from a Mr. Gulab.
What? Gulab? But how is that possible?
Yes, it seems your friend submitted the package to our company before he passed.
Friend? Some friend I am.
Oh.
There was nothing I could do about his illness. And I wasn't by his side during the last moments of his life.
Aggies.
Don't say that! After all, you and Gulab are the creators of Genius Invocation TCG. I'm sure Gulab would have been happy to know how popular the game has become.
Say what? He's one of the creators of Genius Invocation TCG?
Why? Why does it seem that misfortune always befalls geniuses like him?
Hi.
If you don't mind, perhaps you could talk to us about it. It would probably help you feel better.
How are you? There's trauma. As
You're right.
usual.
Maybe I should tell you. You really wouldn't mind listening?
Sure, random guy I just met. You can
Alright
trauma
then.
dump. I'll
It's
allow
not
it.
much of a story, really. I knew Gulab ever since we were kids. We were classmates and grew up together.
And they were classmates.
Other than the bandages on his arms, you could hardly tell he had Elazar. He was always positive, peaceful, and kind. Later, we both entered the academia, and he became a Ratawahis Dastur.
I know what that means.
If I remember correctly, that's a pretty high position.
Yep. Mhm.
Yes, he really was that smart.
Mhm.
But before long, the Elazar got worse and led to some serious complications.
Not always. Only sometimes. This is an event quest, so it's voiced.
After that, he became bedridden. He received treatment in the hospital, but had to abandon his research.
No.
I would go see him in the hospital every day, even though he said there was no need for me to visit so often.
He must have been worried that he was taking time from your own research.
I know, but I couldn't bear to just leave him like that. He was clearly the smarter of the two of us.
Oh my god.
We would have some free time whenever I visited him, so we took some cards and started painting them. Over time, those cards became the basis for Genius Invocation TCG.
Oh my god, guys. The game was made with the magic
not
of
only a
friendship.
game. When we were designing it, I deliberately incorporated some theoretical knowledge of the elements. I was originally waiting for him to recover, so we could study the subject together.
Aw, don't be sad. Genius Invocation TCG is the result of your research together. Not to mention, a lot of people are enjoying it now.
So true.
After he passed away, I tried to play the game with someone else, but every time I looked up, all I could see was his silhouette. It was as if he was still sitting there at the table. I know it was all in my head, though.
And they were classmates.
Paimon understands. Paimon wouldn't ever be able to get used to being away from the Traveler. Paimon would probably find herself talking to the wind, as if the Traveler could hear.
I mean, I don't really talk anyway, so.
Yes, everyone else has told me that I have to move on and embrace the fun of Genius Invocation, saying that I'm one of its creators. But to be honest, without Gulab, what meaning does the game have anymore?
Garvapitam, perhaps you should see what your friend sent you in the package.
Right. What's this? A letter?
Yo.
My dear friend, you must be wondering why I'm leaving you a letter like this.
It's because I'm dead.
It's because...
Hey, Gulab, I'm here. How are you feeling today? I gotta tell you, I had an idea for another card last night. Huh? What's that you're writing?
It's nothing.
Okay. Anyway, up for a game?
You don't have to visit every day, you know. You should be focusing on your work at the academia.
Hey, enough of that. I'll keep visiting until you've fully recovered. Besides, I can't stand most of the folks at the academia anyway. Hey, it's your turn.
No.
Gula, are you okay?
He's like, no. You're winning.
You must understand. My Elazar.
Hey, don't talk like that. You just need some more rest.
It's because you won't come to terms with the fact that I don't have long left.
Oh my god.
Guess what? This game we invented is getting pretty popular here in the hospital.
Really? That's great news.
Yeah. I've even made a device to help people find other players nearby. Here, this one's for you. This way, you'll be able to keep playing even after I'm—
Just stop! You're gonna get better, you hear me? I don't need this thing. I don't want it!
Oh, he's a bug.
I imagine the casket of tomes I gave you is probably gathering dust in a corner somewhere. So, this is my last gift to you. I'm sorry that I could only give it to you now. Do you remember when we first met? You were the only one willing to be friends with the kid.
Of course, they were childhood friends.
Now, it's my turn to help you make some new friends. This way, I'll always be by your side, my friend.
Fellas, is it gay to always want to be by your friend's side, even in death?
Gulab. That rascal.
That rascal.
He was always this way.
I haven't played much Genius Invocation myself. All I know is that it has brought joy to a lot of people.
Yeah, I love Pokemon.
As a true TCG player put it, the game allows many people to meet others, make friends, and experience the joy of dueling together.
That's right! We've seen that firsthand on our journeys recently. Paimon could tell you those stories if you're interested.
Thank you all for your kind words.
Oh my god. It's okay, buddy. He's
You're right.
Yeah.
Gulab. Is that what you were thinking when you left this letter? I've always kept your casket of tomes with me.
God, that has a really dark tone now. It's a casket, and he made it on his deathbed. Jesus Christ.
So special for you to draw me a card like this. What a waste it is to never have used it. If he were here now, I know he'd say, hey friends, how about a game of Genius Invocation TCG? Well, what do you say?
I'm just like, no. Imagine. I was like, no, actually, I don't want to play with you. Right? It's a little morbid.
Garthapidum seems to be feeling better. Paimon even saw him crack a smile when he was playing just now.
It always takes time to heal from pain from the past, but I think this is a good start for his road to recovery.
Yeah, it was a good thing that Kirara kept track of that package, even when they were unable to deliver it.
When my boss asked me to take care of it, I had a feeling that it must somehow be delivered. I couldn't just let it be abandoned.
Would you say that was your yokai intuition kicking in?
Maybe, I'm not sure. I guess I just didn't want to let the sender's sentiment go to waste like that.
Anyway, I think this is where we'll say goodbye.
Oh my god.
Oh. Are you going back to Fontaine now?
That's right. Who would have guessed that I'd still get such a quality story after the tournament had finished? It's going to take me a few days just to draft the articles alone.
What was the point of those camera zooms?
By the way, I still haven't had the chance to interview you two all this time. After all that we've witnessed on this journey together, Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Paimon is literally cropped out of the frame. We made a lot of friends. And this
Yeah! You could say the best thing we got out of this adventure
was the friends we made along the way.
I understand. I'll be sure to work your comments into my exclusive news piece.
Let's go.
Just be sure to buy a copy of the Steambird when you visit Fontaine.
And I should get ready to head back to Inazuma. I still have to report everything to my boss.
Bye, besties.
I'm sure we'll all see each other again soon. And maybe we'll play Genius Invocation TCG if we have the chance.
God, the name's such a mouthful. Sorry, it's been bothering me this whole time. Wait, I took their card? That's not mine. That's his card. Did it? Where is it? What does it do? Is it like overpowered? It's kind of lame, actually. Don't let anyone know I said that.
If you're not sure what to do next,
It doesn't seem that good.
how about I take a break for a little?
No, you wouldn't do that to me. I'm just silly. I'm just a little guy. Alright, who's ready for more illness? Yippee! I love it. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. I don't even really know where the sentence was gonna go, but spoiler, Baizhu also has a terminal illness. So I don't imagine this going very well. Oh, hi Chi-Chi. My little guy.
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
Are you lost? No, I'm not. My name's Ayu, and
Hi, Ayu.
I'm here because...
Hey there, Chi-Chi! Hi, Gray! What's
And I'm here to interrupt your conversation.
Hi, Traveler and Paimon.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost.
Didn't he just say
I think
he's
he
not
must
lost?
be new to the city. Probably wandered away from his parents and...
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad.
Oh my god.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in a real
At his grown age.
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But I'm worried that it's getting more serious.
So, what about your mom?
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile,
She
my
went
dad's
to
been
get
getting
herbs.
worse and worse.
Oh, Ayu.
I
Who's
remember
gonna
that the
tell
owner
him?
of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Rite. So I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there?
He means
When we
Baizhu.
got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then, when I turned back around, my dad was gone. I asked the Millith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured, maybe I could ask some other people in the city to help.
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people. Isn't that right, Traveler?
I mean, I guess.
Junction can help. She has a good sense of smell, like a dog. Hey, who's talking about me behind my back?
Do you have a back? You're a snake.
Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy. How might we be of service?
Oh my god, it's the baby girl.
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baizhu?
Uncle Baizhu?
Shang, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition? As much as you can recall.
This quest better go so hard, by the way. I waited like years for this man to come out.
Yes, Dr. Baizhu.
I see. And your family lives
Why
near
did we
Chingsa
move?
Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall ever seeing you or your parents.
Oh my god, the plot thickens.
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Rite. She always tells me to just stay at home and keep my dad company.
Mom's sus.
Is that so? Ayu, by any chance, is your mother's name Jiangli?
Oh my god, how did he know?
Whoa, yeah, it is. Do you know my mom, Dr. Baizhu?
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy at the moment? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine.
Oh
so
my
I'd
god.
very much like to assist with the search. Would the two of you
His
have
hair
time
is
to
clipping
join
into
me?
his Sorry.
Don't forget us two! We already told Ayu that we'd help!
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful. We are
The whole
most
squad.
grateful for your support.
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the search.
Family is very important.
So true, Chi-Chi.
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu? Let's start by talking to the Millilith guards at the city gates, see if they have an update.
Fuck so gay. Sorry. My demons. My bad. Wait, where am I going? Way? Which way? This way. I was right. Just a pinch of being a little itty bit. Guys, do we think the guards are gonna have found anything? I don't think they are.
We searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Aw, how did I know?
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either. We need to start looking further afield. But where are we gonna get the people?
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
Nope.
Ah, hey there, buddy. Dr. Baizhu. What brings you out this way?
The boy asked for our help.
The boy.
So we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As for updates, I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
Ah, what good are you then?
Guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the Guili Plains. But it is possible that he was bound for Luhua Pool.
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
We'll
You
do
will?
it.
Oh, great. We can't thank you enough.
What is this coat? Is this a
Sorry
coat?
we
I don't know
weren't
what that
able to
is.
find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying.
No, it's not okay. Who's in this quest lore? I mean, we have 3 characters at least. We have the show, obviously. Where's Chi-Chi? Chi-Chi. Traveler's here. And no one else is here. Oh. Hotkeys. Oh my god, I forgot. Baizhu is just like me for real. When he runs, sometimes he'll just start panting. Like he's gasping for air. He's just like me for real. Right? He's very relatable. Like that.
Dad, can you hear me?
No. I forgot to give him his wings, my bad. Is that your dad?
There's somebody over there!
Random NPC man?
Oh no! It's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further!
Watch where you're going!
Oh. Hello? Wu Tao? Why is Wu Tao driving the bus?
Dear customer, Longsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you needn't hasten the inevitable.
Oh my god.
Are you alright?
She's so silly.
Huh? Dad!
I mean, you did just tackle the man.
Hey, Wu Tao!
What are you doing here?
My, who do we have here? It's the Traveler in Paimon, and my worst nightmare.
Does she hate the doctor because he takes away her clients because he works at a funeral parlor?
I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
Because if so, that is really funny.
Thank you, Director Who, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? It's me, Ayu.
You're... Ayu? Who am I?
Oh my god, he
Your name
forgot.
is Xiao Liang, and you live just west of Qingse Village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. Remember? Does that jog your memory?
Oh, my name is Jia Liang. Liyue Harbor. See the doctor?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yes, I'm Jia Liang.
You're Jia Liang.
See the doctor. Wait. Why do I need to see the doctor?
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away. Sorry, Hu Tao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time.
Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you?
Huh? Why not? What's the problem?
Come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs? Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends?
What?
Use what? What are you talking about? Paimon's lost.
Me too, Paimon.
There are traces of god remains in Jia Liang's system.
Oh my god.
Yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable.
What does this mean? What?
Paimon's sorry. What?
That's what I'm saying.
God remains?
Oh my god, it's Jesus.
There's no need to worry, Director Who. I have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me? Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of
Lord.
respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
Oh, she's like, bro, he's gonna die, and he's like, no, I got this.
Now you're bringing my great uncle into this?
Oh my
Baizhu,
god, the plot thickens.
what are you planning this time?
It was her great uncle.
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to Boo Boo Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
The plot thickens.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today.
We're also here, by the way.
Okay, deals. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping Jialiang here. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great uncle's sake and the travelers, of course.
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once.
What the hell? What is going on? I'm very confused.
Blockages within the cardiovascular system. Reduced blood flow and energy circulation.
I know what that means.
I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Great, big words.
How bad is it? Can you cure him?
Don't you worry. Baizhu's a really great doctor. He's sure to find a way.
Just, you know, throw some of your dendro magic at him, you'll be fine.
Do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember.
Oh my
but
god.
It wasn't as bad as this when I was still little.
So it's been a long time indeed.
I don't even know what a grim prognosis even means. I mean, I don't grim. What's a prognosis?
No. I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start tonight.
Oh my god.
Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
No way.
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu. Thank you so much.
Baizhu, are you /serious or /Jane?
If you still have any misgivings, Director Who, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must be able to focus when treating a patient. Any distractions heighten the risk of complications.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that something's amiss.
Yeah, we'll also go.
Tomorrow, Baizhu and Chang.
Bye for now, everyone.
Good luck.
Are you ready, Baizhu?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's get started.
What does that mean? Kiwi.
All's well that ends well, huh? You know?
Alright guys, end of the quest.
Curious after hearing Baizhu mention those people from his past. What do you think they were like?
You mean his master?
Yeah. You must be curious too, right? Let's go see what we can find out while Baizhu's busy treating Ayu's dad.
Alright guys, we have someone to ask. I mean, not someone to ask, I also want to add.
Good eye.
Full party. Also, Hu Tao is horrible for this party. There is 2 healers. Who am I asking? Hu Tao?
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docs doing surgery.
Yep.
Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today? Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions for me.
Oh, actually, the correct answer is 0. Hu Tao, gets stronger the less HP she has.
Guilty as charged. So, we were just a little curious
Just a little
about
bit.
Baizhu's master. What was he like? Oh, and also, how come you and Baizhu Baizhu could tell so quickly that Jialiang had god remains in his system.
Also, what does that mean?
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war.
Who doubt that was like a year ago. I know for us it was like a week ago, but for me, that was like a year ago.
Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up.
We're acting up.
Ancestors started
They were getting a little bit
purifying the
quirky
air
at
and
night.
burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death. These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify gods' remains when we see them.
I still don't know what any of that means.
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baizhu learn to spot them?
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baizhu's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
A funeral director that became a doctor?
Wow, fancy that! Huh.
Kinda silly.
If he was from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, how did he end up as Baizhu's master?
That's what I was saying.
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale, where they met a pharmacist. That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great-uncle. Because after that encounter,
that's clearly the reason.
he suddenly announced he wanted to leave the family business and go practice medicine instead. My grandpa had a huge argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine. They never spoke to each other again.
A drama.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. Kinda hard to imagine. But why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives? That seems a bit extreme.
They were just a little
If he
silly.
had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him.
Ooh.
And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
What?
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary Baizhu is around me. He'd never tell me anything, but even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide.
Oh my god, he's sus.
One thing I do know about Baizhu is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that has anything to do with what he's hiding is hard to say.
Oh yeah, that's why he has Chi-Chi.
Anyway, so I will be sticking around
Or one of the
here for
reasons
now
why
to
he
keep
kept
a
Chi-Chi.
close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
Maybe.
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers. Never mind. We'll just have to ask Baizhu himself about all of this tomorrow.
Yo, he's right here. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Oh.
It's a new day! Let's go back to Boo Boo Pharmacy and check out how Jialiang is doing.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, Aki's 2 by shoes.
Dad!
Push him?
Oh, are you?
Dad, you remember me!
He remembers!
Yes, I remember now. Oh, Ayu, I'm so sorry. You must have been worried sick. Has your mom shown up yet? She's been gone for a while, hasn't she?
Yeah, she quote-unquote went to get herbs.
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baizhu's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is concentrate on getting better.
Great. That's wonderful.
I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baizhu. My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish. If anything, I should be apologizing to you for not making the time to visit in all these years.
Oh my god.
Not at all, Dr. Baizhu. It's only because Jiang Li... What was her reason again? You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy for a while. Take it slowly and try not to overexert yourself.
I suggest you stay at Boo Boo Pharmacy and rest for at least the next few days.
Director Hu, do you have any further reservations about Jia Liang's condition?
Seems like the evil presence is gone after all. You really did manage to suppress it, huh? But how did you accomplish this in a single night?
Magic?
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you may continue to monitor Jia Liang for as long as you wish. Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wangsheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in the meantime.
Ooh.
Oh, come on, Baizhu. I'm not that unreasonable.
Ouchies.
I've been stuck indoors for too long. Baizhu, take me outside for some air, or I'm going to suffocate.
Does this even count as being inside?
Yes, of course. Everyone,
There's
please
not a
excuse
door.
Jiangsheng and myself for a moment.
Us. Dies.
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? If it weren't for my quick thinking, they'd have all seen the sorry state you're in by now.
Oh my god, is he absorbing the evil energies or whatever?
But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should at least share your secret with one person you trust.
Who's there?
Oh. Not us. It's me.
Why did you follow us here?
You looked a little bad.
Oh.
Gonna be honest.
It's nothing. I just needed to get some air.
Coughs, dies.
What did I just say about putting on a brave face? Traveler, Paimon, the truth is, Baizhu did not cure Jia Liang's illness.
Oh my god.
Instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his patient to temporarily subdue the poison in his system.
What?
Baizhu, can you please explain all of this?
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this contract is able to use Changsheng's secret art to treat patients. I believe the irregularities with Jia Liang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using god remains as a key ingredient. The poison has not been purged from Jia Liang's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my own life force, using Changsheng as the delivery medium. This will suppress the poison's effects for a limited time.
Yo, it's like in... Well, no, it's not. But it's like in, This made me think of, what is it? Last Kill? First Kill? Something Kill? The lesbian vampire show?
Changsheng? You can do that? Huh.
With the little vampire snake?
Strange choice of a necklace. Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti back in Chenyu Vale. If anything, he is my mannequin.
They made a first skin.
I was treating patients with Baizhu's master's master long before he ever set eyes on his first medical text.
Is this why she got her own story trailer when she's literally just a snake?
Judge a snake by its skin.
Please, that's enough.
Yeah, you sure good?
of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force...
Supersonic racing really doesn't fit the topic of the conversation right now. We're just talking about the fact that he uses his life force, like he's taking away some of his life to treat patients. And in the background it's just...
Hardly. Jiangsheng helps to keep my chi in balance, so there is no great harm done.
Still, Baiju's life force is not unlimited. He must find a way to neutralize the poison in Jialiang's body. And soon. Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish everything on his own.
Baizhu,
don't you think you should seize this opportunity? You cannot expect to hide this from everyone for your entire life. Time will see that all secrets surface eventually.
Entire life. Thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Huh. Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you. But there's no need to thank us. You've helped us out before.
I mean, oh, is that why he wants to be immortal? So he can use unlimited life force or whatever?
The poison in Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. I think I should pay a visit to their family home and look for clues as to how he might have been exposed to it.
You know where it is?
Yes. I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a secluded spot to the west of Qingsa village. Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Chi-Chi to look after the pharmacy. As well as investigating Jialiang's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for Ayu's missing mother.
Yeah, she went to get
disciple,
herbs.
Jiangli.
Oh, she also practices it. That's interesting. Interesting. Oh, hi, Chi-Chi.
She's finally gone. She's gone for good now, right? Right?
Oh, she's talking about Hu Tao. She's scared of Hu Tao because she's a zombie. And Hu Tao is a funeral director. No. They don't exactly get along. Yeah. I don't remember exactly the lore. It was like she died as a I like how it's like she has a bone white complexion, but literally she has the same skin tone as most of the people in this game. But yeah, she's a zombie. She died as a child, I think, and a Debdai, who's basically like a demigod, saved her and gave her a vision or something. Baizhu, please stop coughing. Baizhu. I like how it's suddenly raining now.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Qingsa village many times in the past. If you ask me, Jiangli was trying to remain unnoticed.
Well, the kid did say that,
That reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the rush to
he
get
didn't
here.
want
Could you tell us more
to talk
about
to people or
Jiangli?
something.
You said she was your fellow disciple, right?
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result, the time I spent studying alongside her was rather short.
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels, and decided to settle down with him. That must have been Jialiang. Wait, Changsheng, are you saying neither of you had actually met Jialiang or Ayu before all of this?
Jiangli did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for whatever reason, she hardly ever talked about her family. The last time she visited us, she and Master had some sort of quarrel.
Ooh.
We never heard from her after that. It almost seemed as if she'd gone into hiding.
Quarrel? What happened? I don't know. I did not witness the argument myself.
We weren't asking you.
Nor did Master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that
I like when
should I
Changsheng
ever
does, like, a
encounter
little nods.
Jiangli or her family in the future, I should do everything in my power to help them.
Huh.
Oh,
Makes sense.
So that's why you went to such extreme lengths to help Jialiang.
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would still be my duty as a doctor to help him. My decision would have remained the same.
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baizhu. Paimon always had you down as the sneaky, scheming type. Sorry.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions? You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard, Paimon. Sometimes even the good guys have their own private agenda.
What the... Okay, that was the most suspicious sounding thing you've ever said.
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now. Jiangli has lived in this house for many years.
She's
there
so
must be something here that
silly.
can shed a little light on this whole situation. Let's split up, but if anyone finds anything, we'll examine it together.
He's a little good. Oh. My bad. Observe wooden pillar. Oh, it's used to record his height. The more quickly Aya grows up, the sooner can leave. Why would she write this down? Judging by the number of marks, the family has led a secluded existence for many, many years. Yes, wood. It's neatly stacked. I guess. The logs are cut with great power and precision. Must have been fit. Some logs at the bottom have begun to rot. Must have been a while. They added new wood. Estes. A diary. Level 1 kid. Can you take it? No. The roof tiles broke. Mama and I tried to get up and take a look, but we didn't manage. Luckily, Dad was able to fix them in no time. The dinner table was a little bit wobbly today when we sat down to eat. Dad tried to fix it, but ended up breaking one of the legs by accident. That's forgetting things again. I'll have to write it all down for now, and read it back to him when he's feeling a bit better.
Traveler, Paimon, come quick!
What? Hello.
What is this?
What is it?
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden inside.
God remains or whatever?
You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison concocted using god remains.
I feel like I should know what this means.
Is it? Breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle is alive.
What?
Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor loads, capable of sustaining a connection over vast distances.
What?
If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor loads. Offshoots, essentially.
Offshoots? So, the main body is somewhere else?
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to
Oh my
indirectly
god,
control
it's the
the
wife.
poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poisoned individual will hear, to a varying extent, the call of the source.
The call of the... Wait. So, back when Jialiang ran off, maybe that explains where
Oh, he's going back here.
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the poison's key ingredient, the mother lode.
And it's the mother.
This is getting crazier and crazier. What kind of person would do all this just to poison Jiao Liang?
Ellipses.
Hey, why has everyone gone quiet all of a sudden?
Since this poison was carefully hidden away in a secret compartment, the one who concocted it is likely a resident of the house.
You mean Jiao Liang? Why would he poison himself?
No, Paimon.
Think a little harder, Paimon.
You're almost there.
Someone else who lives here. And who
You know,
might
someone who
have
practiced
expertise in
medicine.
crafting drugs.
Huh? So you're saying it was Jiang Li?
There you go, Paimon.
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense either. Why would she poison her own husband?
I agree. It makes little sense. Jiang Li does not strike me as the kind of person who would do such a thing.
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety of Liyue have the ability to concoct a poison from god remains?
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question Jiao Liang about it once he has made more progress in his recovery.
Well, do you know how to neutralize it?
Yes. According to the origins and symptoms of diseases, the minor lodes will disappear if the mother lode is purged.
But how do we do that?
If we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave Jiao Liang's system without the need for any further treatment. Do you know anything about god remains in Qingce village?
Apparently I do.
Even the history books have no record of this.
History books.
The only ones who'll know anything are those old fogies who have been hanging around here since the beginning of time.
Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adepti, though? You sure they didn't tell you anything about this?
Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life.
Well, that's how she's still
I fear that
kicking.
such ancient events are long gone from her memory by now.
Whoa. What? Enter a contract? Share life force? Sounds like some pretty spooky sorcery if you ask Paimon.
Hey! Plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful being like me. With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthier, and able to eat whatever you like
spooky
with no
sorcery.
risk of upsetting your stomach.
What is wait, the stomach?
Stronger and healthier? Wow, that's amazing! Baizhu, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with Changsheng for a few days.
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules. I fear that I will be unable to accommodate your wishes, Paimon.
What does that mean?
Peppermint? Hey! What are you trying to say? Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her face?
Strange. Baizhu has a weak constitution. Didn't his master pass away at an early age?
Ugh, Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baizhu, you're Mannequin Man! Changsheng, you're just a pain in the neck!
I get it.
This is exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand.
Someone's
Is there any way
lying.
at all for us to seek counsel from the Adepti about this?
With how antisocial they are? If it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the
Oh yeah, I
common
can just call Xiao.
What?
Seems you're as well connected as they say, traveler. We are truly fortunate to have you on our side.
Like, oh god, Xiao, I'm in so much trouble, Xiao. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh my god. Oh my. And I guess he's like, what? And I was like, you know about this poison?
Oh. If you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better honors.
So? Oh, there he is.
You called?
Hey.
Gets Paimon every time. Are all Adepti in the habit of materializing out of thin air like this?
Well, this is unexpected.
Huh? It's you.
You guys know each other?
Baizhu of Boo Boo Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The lantern rite when we met briefly. I was unaware of your true identity.
I don't remember
must
this.
apologize for the discourtesy.
Huh? You two already know each other?
Oh.
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me?
Kind of.
So someone has been concocting demonic poison.
Oh, me and Xiao are like besties, and so I just call his name and then he instant transmissions himself over to me.
Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety. It is lamentable. I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are buried beneath the foundations of Chinksa village.
Oh my god.
A vile monster known as the Ch once wrought havoc over this land. Before it was subdued by Rex Lapis, the land was finally cleansed of poison when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Chinksa village was founded some time after that. The seal is still mostly intact. If the Ch is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to investigate further to identify the location of the leak. I do not like to intervene against mortals unless absolutely necessary, but when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. If that happens, be sure to call my name again.
Thanks.
Nothing. I do not wish to sway decisions that are mortals to make, but immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
I shall treasure your words of instruction, Master Adeptus.
Farewell.
Bye, Xiao.
What a strange Adeptus. Rather different from the way I remember them. That's Xiao for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete info to go off of.
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trips.
Even he's quoting it now.
If we can find the cave...
Master, there's a problem.
Oh my god, did you run all the way over here?
What? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
That's what I said.
What happened? Don't panic. Just catch your breath and tell me everything.
It's Jiaoliang.
What about him?
He was fine 1 minute, and then he suddenly took a turn for the worse.
Whoa.
Already? How? Based on past experience, he should have been fine for the next 3 days at least.
It seems that my worst fears have been confirmed. Everyone, back to Boo Boo Pharmacy now.
Okie dokie. Oh hey, the poison's gone. We did it! Quick. What happened?
Dad, what's wrong? Dad?
Oh my god, he's fallen and he can't get up.
Don't be scared. Dr. Baizhu will be back soon.
How is he doing?
Not good. He is on the floor.
Dr. Baizhu, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up blood. Now he can't even get a full word out anymore.
Oh my god.
When Gui left, he was still conscious. but now...
Kuei, please take Jialiang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
Somehow.
Baizhu's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he?
Uh-oh.
Is there really no other way to save Jialiang? Oh, please don't worry. Dr. Baizhu will find a way.
But...
Oh, little guys. Alright, let's see what happens. I also wanted to say the back groups, but...
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere? You're not gonna suddenly collapse again, are you?
That was blunt.
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better. In fact, I can't explain it, but somehow I feel even better than usual.
Baizhu.
Wait, where's Dr. Baizhu? I still haven't had a chance to thank him.
What did he
Seems moved
do?
me here before I came to.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Uh-oh.
Really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row.
That's it.
I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. I'll have to discuss it properly with Jiang Li once we find her. Speaking of which, has there been any word of her whereabouts yet?
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll go check with them again in a bit.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang. I strongly suggest that you stay and rest at Boo Boo Pharmacy for now. I can accompany Ayu to the Adventurers Guild.
I suppose you're right. I'll have to rely on you this time. Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr. Baizhu in person once he's finished resting.
Traveler, Baizhu hasn't shown his face ever since he went in to treat Jialiang again. Do you think he...
We should go check.
Huh? Hey, wait up!
He's dead.
Huh?
He's not dead.
You're finally awake?
Skyrim.
That was far too risky. Even with me here to help you balance your chi.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to myself. I managed to learn something. Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
A catch.
So, how much longer do you think Baizhu's gonna nap for? They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
All right.
He's not dead. That's a plus.
Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have just... Who's talking behind our backs again?
Not dead.
Baizhu! Changsheng!
You good?
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer a rather large amount of life force on this occasion.
Yeah, only a large amount of life force.
With Changsheng's help, I will recover in time.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life-saving treatment again so soon?
I made an error in my initial diagnosis.
Uh-oh.
Jialiang is in fact suffering from more than one ailment, and as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What? You mean Even if you got all the poison out of him, he'd still be sick?
Uh-oh.
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang's system is there precisely because it is being used to manage his underlying medical condition.
Oh.
Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk of coughing up blood and fainting, and in the longer term, causes irreversible damage to the internal organs. Though it was created from god remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang's case. Rather, it's his medication.
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
That's why she did it.
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system, it began to impact his cognition.
Oh my god, it began to Genshin Impact, sorry.
Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it.
Yeah.
Jiangli had to concoct ever greater quantities to ensure its continued efficacy, or he could have still perished at any moment.
Right,
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather herbs.
I love everyone quoting the
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many times Jiangli has exposed herself to them. I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described.
Why haven't they
In an
showered?
effort to save Jialiang's life, Jiangli has abandoned all regard for her own safety.
I never suspected that even Zhang Li would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this is the inevitable course of fate. To sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible. Whatever the cost may be.
Fate?
Well, I think that it's too early to say with any certainty what fate has in mind. In any case, I have stabilized Jialiang's condition for now, so our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingsa village and find out where Jiangli is. Her regular exposure to god remains over such a long period will have been catastrophic for her health.
No.
And given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
Who's that? He's been spying on us.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baizhu.
It's Jialiang! Don't tell Paimon you overheard everything already.
Dr. Baizhu, please let me come with you.
No.
You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk for Jiangli's sake. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the very least, I can show you the way. I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember. I have to remember.
Oh.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart. For your own safety, you should stay here and rest.
No! We're out of time! We have to go now. Right now. Before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you will not return from it. Are you sure you're prepared for that?
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue.
Jesus
So why should I fear it?
Christ.
There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
Very well. Then follow me.
Another one. Oh, hi, Gigi.
Dr. Baizhu, are you heading out
again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen, and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet. I hope it works.
Dr. Baizhu? Do you mean...
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time. You don't want to burn yourself again.
Yowie.
Okay.
Is it his medicine? Or is it medicine for... Young? Question mark. Where's she at?
That strange feeling is back. It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me somewhere.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger.
Motherlode.
Is it because we're getting closer
Sorry.
to the source? Or because the leakage of Che blood is growing more severe? Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's this way.
Yeah, guys, it's that way. Obviously.
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Be sure of it.
I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way.
Question?
This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
Oh, this is the domain entrance.
There is an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay? Maybe you should rest here while we continue the search.
No, I have to keep going. Jiangli is still waiting for me. Then let's hurry.
Let me in. Let me in. Let me. What? Oh. It wants us to bring Geo.
Sure.
Sure.
Evil shall be dispersed.
I'll swap him for Shout, or for Shout, just because he works a little bit better.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna find up ahead? The digging marks here appear immature and rather old. I suspect it is a thieves' tunnel.
Oh my god.
A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before. Maybe it was the treasure hoarders that dug this tunnel.
Maybe.
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility. But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to, curses. Why can't I remember what she said?
Curses.
Easy, Jialiang. Come on, let's keep going.
Ooh, let's see trial by show. Keep rocking. Is little guy noblesse. Weavers, why are you so obsessed with this artifact set?
The doctor will see you now.
Stabilize.
Boring.
Mind the side effects. Remember, health comes first. A bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor will see you now. Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
Burn marks are still fresh. I don't think it was the treasure hoarders.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster repelling incense.
Ooh.
A monster repelling incense? Are you sure? Because we did run into that group of monsters just now.
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some entity deeper inside the cave. No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this cave. After them, Jiang Li was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presented an opportunity to save Jia Liang's life, albeit as a last resort.
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to Jiangli. Yes, this was the place. This is where I told Jiangli to give me the poison.
Jialiang!
I'm fine.
Just
Keep
coughing.
going. I can feel it. She is right below us, waiting for me.
Are we sure it's a good idea to let him get closer to the source of the poison? Because it doesn't feel like a good idea.
I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
To? That was weird.
Aha! We can keep going now.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
Maybe. Secrets. Puzzle time. Not this way. That looks like the way forward. Well, maybe that's the way forward. Oh yeah, that probably is because we have to find a way to get it, past the broken rail.
A bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor was seeing.
Solidify!
Useless. Scatter! Seems like an emergency. A bitter pill to swallow. Fa! Hya! Ba! Ka! Propagate!
Gather! Order guide you.
Mind the side effects. Hya! Fa! Ka! Sa! Ba! Hya!
What are you doing over there, bud?
The doctor will see you now.
Yes. We can push these. No, I didn't mean to push it. Stop. Stop. Oh. I meant to activate it. Oh, I can't activate it here? Oh, I know what to do. Make this activate that one, right? Here we go. I'm smart sometimes. Almost walked off the bridge, but it's fine. He's not doing so hot. Oh, big man.
Zhongli!
Why is there quotes around it?
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back.
Evil conquering! Here! Worthless! Boring! Here!
The doctor will see you now.
Mind the side effects. Ka! Remember, health comes first.
Got him.
Dr. Baizhu, how serious is it? Is she...
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison in your system did to you. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that she may never wake up again.
Then, what are we waiting for? Let's destroy the remains right away! It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember what Baizhu said?
Oh, isn't it also keeping him alive?
The poison within Jialiang's body is inextricably linked to the god remains here. If the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop having any effect. And the poison within Jialiang's body is keeping his heart condition under control. So, if it stops working... Oh no. Are you saying...
God, we gotta pick one to kill?
If the god remains here are purged, then your life will come to an end.
I wondered when this day might come.
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life! After all that, we can't just give up on him! Baizhu, you're a great doctor! Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiangli, maybe if we put our heads together, we can think of something?
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you, right up until the moment when she lost consciousness. Maybe it's her greatest wish that you will continue to take it and live.
Dr. Baizhu, give it to me straight. How long does Jiangli have?
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days. But if I were to treat her using a secret art...
Not again.
But what would be the point of that, Dr. Baizhu? I'm all too aware of the dangers of god remains. You were not the first to mention it to me.
To be fair, you had no memories until like 20 minutes ago.
Continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance. Not only would Jiangli have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, but I would have to live with the looming threat of these remains breaking out and wreaking havoc not just upon me, but my entire family. I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see IU grow up is already a great blessing from Rex Lapis.
Oh.
If my choice can bring Jiangli back, then even if I die...
Jialiang...
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown somewhat addicted to life.
Wow. That's
Traveler,
rough.
Dr. Baizhu, could I have another minute with my wife? I just want to have one final moment together. Just a moment. That's all.
This is so sad. Jesus Christ.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that I won't be able to repay your kindness in this life.
Jialiang...
No, Paimon.
Changsheng, is there really nothing else you can do?
I am sure that over the years, Jiangli will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind. As for less conventional methods, I have little expertise besides Changsheng's secret art.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, Jiangli would not have had to resort to unnatural methods. What a crazy situation! Jiangli risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now Jialiang has to sacrifice himself to save Jiangli! What's the point of it all?
All he can do is honor his wish.
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not a fitting end to die for a worthy cause? At least, that's what generations of masters before you have always believed.
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice themselves for others, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once Ayu was old enough to help you gather herbs, it would be time for me to go. If you could only see him now. He took me all the way to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. And he even got the Adventurers Guild to search for you.
Oh.
So, I know that you'll both be okay without me.
Oh.
said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what you must.
As you wish.
Does he know how to get rid of this? Oh, I guess he does. Well, that was easy.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
Wow.
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you and watch how you grow up.
You good?
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad. Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away. I promise you, nothing will happen to our family.
Me when I lie.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live,
POV, you are Zhao Yong.
we cling to what we have. Oh, how I would love to hear your voice.
POV, we died. It's like the Dark Souls thing.
Jialiang! Jialiang! Jialiang!
Oh, watch it.
Jialiang!
Yo!
Dad, are you awake?
He's alive.
Jiangli, are you? Didn't I... Huh? What are...
Is he a zombie?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so, could you describe it to me in detail?
Dr. Baizhu, I thought that I was
Did he make him a zombie? That's so cool.
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
I'm a zombie?
Like the what's the song? Whose song was it? The Day 6 song.
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended in the space between life and death. Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I'm as interested as you to find out.
Oh, that's why Chi-Chi was.
But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that Director Who finds this arrangement to be a satisfactory one.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to you to work on something like that behind my back.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for Jialiang's iron will.
Yo.
In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life and death, and the perpetual cycle of yin and yang. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, I will do everything in my power to save them. And even this would have counted for nothing without Director Who's assistance. After all, did you not tell Jialiang to show us the way before we set off for Qingce village?
Oh.
And I'm busted.
Without Director Who nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found Jiangli in time.
I knew someone was
Mentioned
listening.
the elixir back then. I thought he was being frank and transparent with me for once, but apparently not.
Director Who told me to keep her suggestion a secret, but it seems nothing escapes Dr. Baizhu's attention.
Never underestimate a serpent's sense of smell.
All I wanted was to help Jialiang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife without any unfulfilled wishes making the journey more difficult than it needs to be. Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle. Never mind. I'll just have to put it down in the books as a deferred consideration. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the Wangsheng funeral parlor the moment I found him.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baizhu, and cure Dad for good!
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng Funeral Parlor out of business. If you're serious about it, you'll have your work cut out for you.
Chi-Chi, run.
Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another time.
Is she finally gone? All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, we should probably do something to celebrate this hard-earned family reunion.
Well, that usually means a feast.
At times like this, a great
Yeah.
celebratory feast is in order.
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with Jiangli and Ayu around the dinner table.
This was a hard one, Mio.
Hey, Paimon can't wait! Alright, first things first, off to the market for some fresh ingredients. Let's go!
Bye.
Wait up! I'll come too!
Baizhu, thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
Don't mention it, Jiangli. I was just doing my duty.
Just your duty, huh? Baizhu, Changsheng, would you mind if we took this conversation outside?
Oh, right, they're like... They were students together.
Now that you are part zombie, there are some rules that you need to know.
Yes, ma'am. I'm listening.
First, don't forget to stretch your body regularly. Second, don't forget to...
Yes? Go on. Don't forget to...
I forgot.
I love Chi-Chi. Oh, we're still trialing baizhu. I didn't notice. Oh, okay. We're walking. This has always bothered me. Why is the only pharmacy in Liyue like up like a massive flight of stairs? That seems like very impractical. For a hospital. we gonna talk, or we just gonna walk very slowly? Oh, I'm Shongli.
I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from the poison I concocted in terms of the way it functions.
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life. I hope you're not too upset at me for copying your methods.
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, I believe you would have eventually arrived at the same approach. But I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding of it. Jialiang's still only been in your care for a few days.
He's kind of crazy with it.
Not just that. You even managed to improve upon the original formula. That cannot be explained by intellect alone. Baizhu, be honest with me. Did you try out some of the poison on yourself?
Ha! Told you the truth would surface sooner or later.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changsheng's contract lets you transfer between bodies, is it?
Oh, he took some of his poison.
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Cheng Sheng's secret art also allows for the transfer of toxins and diseases.
Oh, so he can like take away people's...
When I treated Jia Liang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. Not only did this allow me to alleviate the burden on him, but it also gave me an opportunity to study its properties. There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however. Now that the source has been destroyed, any remaining poison in me will have already dissipated.
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed the god's remains back there, then even you might have... What am I saying? I'm in no position to criticize you for this. The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old. And I didn't want him using up any more of his own life force to treat my husband.
Oh.
But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another. And then you tried the poison on yourself too. It looks like both of us have ended up going the same way as our master before us. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, having given away our own for the sake of others? To fight relentlessly against the natural course of life and death, whatever the cost? Maybe our fate is sealed the moment we decide to study medicine.
God.
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say that anyone's fate is sealed.
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changsheng to transfer many diseases and toxins to yourself. There are so many that, some of them, I don't even recognize. Can you still stop before it's too late?
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us from Chenyu Vale believes in the same thing.
Hey, food's ready! Mom, come and join us. The Traveler taught me a load of new recipes and said even Dad'll be able to taste them. Come and try them out.
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Hey, slow down. Baizhu, I know I won't be able to convince you, but please don't forget that if one day you're not around anymore, Chi-Chi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you, they will all miss you dearly.
There's no need to worry, Jiangli. I know what I'm doing.
I can only hope so.
Baizhu, what did Jiangli mean by not around anymore? Are you gonna be okay?
Also, when Changsheng was talking about fate, what did she mean?
Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and Zhengli's master, has passed away at a young age. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You said that the contract with you helps people live longer.
It is a very long story.
Oh, cutscene time?
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors, and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poison chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them.
Oh.
And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojin. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
Ah.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts have been most pure of heart.
Oh. Oh. Oh, that's so cute.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than the average person by the miracle of overturning the laws of life and death. Though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing their nearest and dearest, they cannot help but reach beyond human means. They are like moths that throw themselves into the flame,
That was a really
seeking
pretty
a
cutscene,
glimmer
by
of
the way.
hope in a dark world filled with pain and suffering.
So, Baizhu, does that mean...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want to be burned to a crisp. Changsheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. Either Jia Liang feared for Jiang Li's life, or Jiang Li grieved over Jia Liang's sacrifice. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles. But I do not wish to join their ranks, nor do I wish to pass on this contract to anyone else in the future.
That's why he wants to be immortal.
But didn't you already transfer a ton of diseases onto yourself?
What makes a poison poison? And what makes a disease a disease? When it comes down to it, are not both mechanisms that affect the operations of the human body? If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of immortality could in fact be a kind of poison.
I guess.
Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. But to me, it is no different from the way our ancestors tested the medicinal qualities of herbs by sampling each and every one.
Yeah, that is
I
true.
don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for Cheng Sheng to perish from losing her host. This leaves only one solution, doesn't it?
You have to become immortal.
Precisely. I will be Cheng Sheng's final host, and the tradition of passing down the contract will end with me.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself. Now you even want to save me. You're getting greedy, baizhu.
But isn't wanting to have it all what makes us human? For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light, the only path forward is up towards the moon.
For once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
Dr. Baizhu, Traveler, what are you still chatting about? The food's about to get cold.
We also have coconut milk for Cheng Sheng and Paimon.
They love doing that bounce up thing, huh?
Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten.
Leave some for me.
I do envy Paimon sometimes. Eating her fill is enough to satisfy her body and mind.
True. And yet, although we call them simple pleasures, are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to the life we have?
That's a banger closing line. Jesus. Oh, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Oh, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Alright, guys.
Please, show me your prescription.
Sorry. This is a short stream, but it plans to go pretty long tomorrow since we're doing Tears of the Kingdom. I'll probably cut it off here.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as
So I have enough time, or not time, but I rest enough so that I am ready to stream for a bit tomorrow. But yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Like I said, we'll be doing Tears of the Kingdom more. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of your day or night, whatever time it is for you. Yeah, I also, shout out VOD watchers. Love my VOD watchers. Alright, goodbye guys. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.